I also want to thank my running mate and my campaign team for their full support. They've done very, very well. Many of our supporters did not come out to vote. This is really fundamentally why we lost the election. One of the reasons people offered was that they said that they didn't vote for us because our presidential candidate was Muslim. Have you not heard that? When I heard that, I said, this doesn't make sense. Because if you look at it, we went for primaries. We had 10 contestants. I was 1 Muslim, 9 Christians. But the NPP voted for the Muslim presidential candidate.
Bawumia akasa ewo nima wirbe hu ewo mra NPP government no amoye se omokwa probo na region by region ye to election wi ma afi na drum mra ese fata ese se omoda obi ase wonima pa omoye ma NPP amoyoku no na enu na Bawumia break silence na meka mo high good news TV di so monkoso am follow da bia na de betofom ya e ba beso na refu na Bawumia break silence in semben wose wotete anase mpanyina ate wo Ghana say eye oye Muslim mintina NPP entimi amfa election no de oka asase ni bia no wadi nipa bia ho yawo se on beka se onu ye Muslim oye kramoni entina NPP entimi enya amba no wadi obi ho yawo na onfa so boni mu bia eye NPP ko ni nyina NPP fo nyina ena ya nkwa nkoto aba no se de se ne fata senka oni se to ne se de fata enka Ghana ha NPP na kesa ambe yete so a ono na ye president of Ghana na hwe no bia anka se oye Muslim minti no anaso oye kramoni minti na NPP entimi amfa election no eni so adesrede eno de mu obia na osan hyenkwan ka asem se odobi bia se obia ho oden a ode boy no odobi ase na ye mo mpaye ne ntwen se 4 years me ba ne ase ato aba no nim se next 4 years e di enimu so na NPP amanyoku be fa abano ediso na omaba bebu oman yinkuti Bawumia nsem emba.
And for some time now I have been supportive of the salaries of a few of the women who are here and I will continue to be supportive of you and even go further in that regard. I also want to thank my running mate and my campaign team for their full support. They've done very, very well across this campaign. The fact is, we worked very hard. We tried to get everybody involved. As you know, the General Secretary was the Director of Operations for the campaign. The Women's Organizer organized the women. The Youth Organizer organized the youth. So we tried to do as much as we could. Notwithstanding our hard work, however, we still suffered a heavy defeat. And when you look at what happened, you see that it was internal. Many of our supporters did not come out to vote. This is really fundamentally why we lost the election. And you look at John Mohammed's votes, his votes went up by maybe 115,000. So he increased by 115,000 and we went down by 2.1 billion. And that is basically why we did not win. So the key to victory going forward is within the NPP. It is within ourselves because we decided not to vote. So if we decide to vote, we will win ourselves. So that is what we have to understand and take going forward. When we finished the election, there were so many people who were giving different reasons for why we lost. So many different reasons. But people were speaking without data. And you know, you can only speak forcefully with data. when you look at the reasons people were offering, one of the reasons people offered was that they said that they didn't vote for us because our presidential candidate was Muslim. Have you not heard that? Didn't you hear that? When I heard that, I said, this doesn't make sense. This is not the Ghana that I know. Because if you look at it, we went for primaries. We had 10 contestants. I was 1 Muslim, 9 Christians. But the NPP voted for the Muslim presidential candidate. So that could not be the case. So I decided to do some data analysis to test this hypothesis. And when you look at the data is very clear. In many constituencies across the country, the NPP presidential candidate performed better than the Christian parliamentary candidates. In many constituencies across. Even my good friend, Intim Fodio, who is giving a lot of heat to the government at the moment in Thailand. Intim Fodio is a reverend father in Intim Fodio, as in South. But I did better than him in his constituency. So he did so well. I mean, he did and mobilized the votes for me, and I thank him very much. But if you look at all across the country, the fact is that there was no religious factor in the voting. It is only propaganda. There is no religious factor. And in fact, we sought to see so many different institutions undertook research and undertook studies to answer the question. But when you look at it all, they all came to the conclusion that it wasn't an issue of religion, it is not an issue of tribe. Those two issues have been ruled out in all the findings from different surveys that have been done. So as a party, I'm very happy that, and as a country, I'm very happy that religion and tribe has not entered our political discourse. We should not therefore allow people to come in to play propaganda with religion and tribe. We are one nation. We will all go together and we will move, whether we are Muslims or Christians, we will all work together for the good of this country. And that is how we should try to get everybody going forward.
Bawumia nsɛm bi na yakɔ akɔtie aba no breaking silence ɛwɔ nipa bi a na ɔka sɛ ɔyɛ Muslim nti ana akramoni nti ɛna NPP ntimi amfa akonnwa no antena so a obi anka na ntum nyɛ saa na tie yɛn NPP fo ana sɛ NPP fo ni nyinaa ɛna ɔmo nkɔto aba no ama ɔmo anya presidential seat no antena so. Good News TV GH no bi so amu hwɛ yɛbɛso yɛ bi abɛtɔ na ase deɛ ɛba so afo nyinaa yakra mo.